This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app makes it easy to keep up to date with transfer news, scores and stats all in the one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description. The app is free.
Hi guys, it's Cameron from the Mighty Blues. My instant match reaction: Manchester City 3, Everton 1. For me, we'll just get straight into it. I think it was the worst defensive performance all season. For me, I think we were absolutely awful. The 3 goals were just astonishing. How we can concede goals like that is beyond me. I think Yerry Mina had his worst game in an Everton shirt. I think Kurt Zouma done okay, especially when he had to go to right back, but I don't think he was particularly good. I think Michael Keane was poor as well. And like I said then, all 3 Manchester City goals are just poor defensively. I mean, the 2 headers, how can you have 2 centre-halves in the middle of the box and end up in the 6-yard box and have a Manchester City player with so much space in between them? The Sterling one's that bad. The ball is in front of you, Raheem Sterling, and he has enough time to step back and then head it back in because there's not a centre-half near him. I think it was just absolutely atrocious. And you know what? I think from the start, look, we set up with a 5 at the back. Marco Silva set up to obviously play Lucas Digne and Seamus Coleman at wing-backs. And I think, you know, that could be seen as an attacking formation. It could. But at the end of the day, what that showed on paper is that we were going to sit back and we were going to try and be defensively strong. And when we got our chances on the break, we were going to hit them and hit them hard. And, you know, we were, for the first sort of, 20 minutes, we were defensively strong. But again, it's the same record game after game after game. We're having chances and we're not scoring. The Richarlison chance, listen, it needs to go in. It just needs to go in the back of the net. It needs to hit the target at least. It's an absolutely golden opportunity. You know, he hits it and I don't know what he's trying to do with it, whether he's trying to volley it in, whether he's trying one for the cameras. He should just either head it in or take it down and finish it coolly, because it's the chances like that we need to score. He had one in the second half as well, which again, he really should do better. He's got the ball near enough on the edge of the box and he tries to, curl it into the top corner instead of just putting his foot through it and putting it in the back of the net. I think, again, it's another one of them where we're saying if we took our chances, we could have won the game, or we could have definitely got a point. I think, for me, like I said, it was probably our worst performance defensively, yet we still had enough chances to come away with something out of that game and we didn't. I just think it was poor for me. It really was poor. And look, we were against Manchester City, who are the best team in the Premier League. They are. They're absolutely quality. You could see it from the first time they kicked the ball in that game. They're passing, they're moving. It's so quick. It's so, intelligent. And they are a really good footballing team. And I'm not particularly, too heartbroken about being beaten 3-1 by Manchester City, because they are a fantastic footballing team, and let's be honest, they're a lot better than Everton at the minute. But it doesn't help when we've just had 2 poor performances against Watford and Newcastle, only got 2 points out of them games, and we've had the opportunities in this game to score goals, and we haven't. Theo Walcott has one as well, which I think he should have scored. For me, I think the best player on the pitch in an Everton shirt was Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I thought he's knocking on the door, definitely. I think, for me, Calvert-Lewin should play every game. I just think that he's the only natural striker that we have currently that is of any use at the minute. Cenk Tosun isn't quite on form. Richarlison is in and out. He's not really a natural striker. Calvert-Lewin is the player that will sit in the box and will invite balls to be crossed in and happily, jump up and get his head on the end of it. We've seen it there. He scored another goal. He nearly scored a little flick as well. I think, for me, he needs a run of games in this team because, he scored a goal today at the end of the day and he's done well. For me, Ademola Lookman as well, coming off the bench, I thought was fantastic. He was probably the best substitution that we made. In terms of the substitutions, I don't know whether I'd have brought Bernard off. I think Bernard was our best player. Until he came off, definitely the player that was creating more chances than anyone for us. And yeah, he wasn't absolutely fantastic, but like I said, he was creating more chances than anybody else. And again, he's been brought off sort of on that 60-minute sort of mark before the end of the game. And I don't know. I just think we were poor today defensively. I think it was the worst game Yerry Mina's played in an Everton shirt. I thought he was shocking. And you can't concede 2 headers when you've got 2 centre-halves in the middle of the box and an opposition players just standing in the middle of them with absolutely, space to roam and space to jump up and get the ball in the back of the net. And even the first goal, playing out from the back again, we've seen it does not work against a team like Man City. They will press you high up the field, and the first couple of times when it didn't work and we got away with it, we should have then seen that and gone, you know what, we're not going to try this again because it's not working. And we didn't. We tried it again and again and again, and in the end it ended up resulting in their first goal, which again was a defensive error. We fell asleep again. I just think we were poor today, and yeah, you know, we were playing one of the best teams in the league, and you know, it's not a massive deal because we weren't playing somebody poor, but I just think, you know, when you have the chances, you need to score, and that's it at the end of the day, and we didn't score again. We desperately need a striker in January, desperately need to bring somebody in, we desperately need a result next week now. I think we play Tottenham at home, and it's another tough game, but now becomes a game that we need to get a 3 points, because this is a bad run, and that's all it is. Let's be honest, you know, this was always going to happen. We were always going to have a bad run of form, and this is it. But we now need to, you know, come out of this bad run of form, because it's happened because of the derby. Let's be honest, we've had this derby hangover, or whatever you want to call it. We've had 2 poor performances at home on the bounce, and then a poor result today. But you know, we need to get over this, and we need to get over it quickly. You know, like I said, January transfer window coming up. I think we need a striker, and we all know that. A right back as well, probably. But yeah, Manchester City 3, Everton 1 at the Etihad. That is my instant match reaction. I hope you have enjoyed. Hopefully we can, you know, bounce back and get the win next week. But wasn't brilliant today defensively, and you know, again, we're saying the same tune again. If you don't take your chances, you don't win football matches, and we didn't take our chances. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching.